The United States Navy is not just a part of the military. It is the most powerful naval force in the world. Its mission is to respond to any threat on, under, or above the sea. Serving in the U.S. Navy is not merely a duty. It is a way of life. Here, every sailor and officer is a symbol of responsibility and honor. Founded in 1775, the U.S. Navy has protected the nation's security and freedom for centuries. The battles in the Pacific during World War II are an important chapter in its proud history. At the heart of the Navy are its ships. Aircraft carriers are floating airfields for hundreds of planes. Submarines are an invisible threat to the enemy. Destroyers and frigates maintain combat readiness in any storm. From the very first day, everyone here learns endurance, courage, and discipline. In boot camp, waking up at 4 a.m. is routine. Serving at sea for weeks or months at a time is everyday life. James Harper is a Navy veteran who served for 20 years on the deck of an aircraft carrier. One day, during a storm, he risked his life to move an aircraft to safety on deck. For this act of bravery, he was awarded the Navy and Marine Corps Medal. For us, the most important thing is to trust one another. At sea, your life is in your shipmates' hands, says James. The United States Navy's current missions span the entire globe. They are not limited to warfare. They also provide humanitarian aid and carry out rescue operations during natural disasters. In the event of an earthquake, tsunami, or hurricane, Navy sailors are often among the first to arrive. Aircraft carriers and warships are not only symbols of military power, they are floating cities. On board, there are hospitals, sleeping quarters, cafeterias, and even postal services. Serving on a submarine carries a unique level of responsibility. Every moment and every action is calculated, as even a small mistake could endanger the lives of hundreds of crew members. Those who have served say that nights at sea are unforgettable. The roar of the waves and gazing at the stars from the ship's deck bring a sense of peace and freedom that cannot be felt on land. Respect for veterans is an integral part of U.S. military culture. Specialized medical care, educational grants, and housing programs are just some of the ways the nation shows gratitude for their service. On every national holiday, Navy veterans are invited to share their stories of heroism with the younger generation. The Navy is not just military service. It is a lifelong school. It teaches resilience, unity, trust, and courage. From a rank-and-file sailor to a seasoned officer, everyone serves one purpose: to protect their country, their people, and peace at sea. Thus, the United States Navy is a symbol of courage and honor, preserving its glorious history while stepping confidently into the future. Jonathan Miller is a 68-year-old Navy veteran living in Virginia. He was only 18 the first time he put on a military uniform. Back then, he imagined seeing distant corners of the world, but he could not have pictured just how harsh life at sea would be. In the late 1970s, he spent several months on duty in the middle of the Pacific Ocean aboard an aircraft carrier. One day, a storm struck, and the waves rose over 10 meters high. The deck flooded, and some equipment was at risk of being destroyed. That night, Jonathan and his unit worked without sleep, securing the gear on deck to keep it from being swept away by the waves. That night changed his life. He realized that in the Navy, every person is a lifeline to another. Nationality, language, or religion didn't matter. What mattered was knowing the person beside you was ready to risk their life for yours. After his service, Jonathan returned to his hometown, but he never forgot his memories at sea. He began visiting local schools to talk to students about the Navy, discipline, and unity, encouraging young people to serve their country. In one interview, he said, "The sea teaches you many things. Sometimes it's a harsh teacher, but every lesson is worth a lifetime." It is thanks to veterans like him that the U.S. Navy continues to uphold its legacy. It is not just a military force, It is a brotherhood upon the sea. If you are hearing these words, perhaps you too have a veteran in your family, or maybe you dream of one day wearing the uniform and serving your country. The Navy is not just about war. It is a school of trust and courage. At sea, you are never truly alone. There is always someone beside you, ready to give their life for yours. Every morning, every wave brings a new challenge, but those challenges awaken the strongest qualities within you. Veterans leave us not only the history of the past, but also a sense of confidence in the future. They teach us courage, endurance, and above all, unity. That is why our gratitude to every sailor and officer who has preserved the brotherhood of the sea is boundless. Their bravery will be remembered forever. Today's story is not just about one veteran. It is about the spirit of the entire Navy. If you have taken this story to heart, share it with others. If hearing this story has made you feel the courage of the men at sea, subscribe to our channel and share this video with your friends. Comment below with the city you're watching from and whether you have a veteran in your family. Together, we will never forget their bravery.